All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol CTRM, Castor Maritime Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I'm going to go over the S&P 500 index and so much more information towards the end of this video, especially with how rocky the stock market has been. So stay tuned for more information on that, and I hope you guys learn something new in the process. Also, if you're looking forward to seeing what ticker symbols I'm watching live updates throughout the week and my weekly updates, you can join on in at the Patreon. The link is down below in the description, and I already have 10 plus ticker symbols shared over at the Patreon and much more to come. So here we are. CTRM, bearish downward trend, fighting to stay above $1, and it's slightly sitting at $1. Now, an investor went ahead and commented, hey, can you comment on the short squeeze and information and article? Well, I found this article, which is the most updated one, so I appreciate the investor that mentioned it, and I was already aware of the short squeeze because I had already done a video talking about the short squeeze earlier, I think this week or the week before that. Like in the last 2 weeks, I talked about it at some point. Well, I want to just summarize this real quick, and it just tells us how the CEO is the CFO, right? Petros, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, of Castor Maritime. He is still running the show, has a lot of experience, and Castor Maritime is growing right now. It's been in the process of growing. So from 2017 to 2019, which is rare for such a new company, Castor Maritime was already profitable. 2020 was the only year it took a hit because of the pandemic. Now, everything about this company in the first 2 months of 2021 has been growth, right? They acquired new vessels, and they have a new, larger fleet. And for 2021, moving forward, as we step out of this COVID-19 pandemic that has affected businesses, the outlook for CTRM, in the hopes of it, which is what this firm and article is talking about, is that it's going to grow because it was growing before it. And it was growing for a new company. From 2017 to 2019, it was already profitable. And that's very rare for a new company. And the company's not new anymore. It's getting older as it's aging, right? And as it's aging, it's growing. So basically, it tells us everything, how there's possibility of growth. And then it goes ahead and tells us, the bearish case. And it talks about the shares that are being shorted, right, for 1,400% of the total shares. Now, Castor Maritime could see the stock soaring to its 2019 high of $7 to $8, which is pretty reasonable, right, if it really is being shorted that much. And, I did a video on this about a week ago, like I said, or 2 weeks ago, and I wanted everyone to be prepared and start adding this to their watch list if they didn't have it already, and keep a close eye on it. Once you see high volume and you see a spike in price, that could be the sign of a short squeeze. But not because, it was planned. It's just because it's so heavily shorted that at some point the company is going to go in the right direction, and all the shorts will have to buy their, stocks back. It's just part of the game when you're shorting. So then once they have to buy it back, it pushes up the stock. So it is something to watch, but it's not guaranteed. And then when you look at it, the opinions expressed herein are the opinions of Supernova Investments LLC. So really, Supernova could be heavily invested with calls, or heavily invested with shares at a low price, and they see this going up and they want it to go up. So they're trying to anticipate, the run, or they're trying to fight the short squeeze to push up the stock to the prices that they want it, because they're probably not as heavily shorting the stock. If anything, they're bullish. So we always have to be careful on opinions, but it's always good to be aware. So I kind of wanted to just go over it. If you want to read over the whole entire, article, you can just look up short squeeze incoming Castor Maritime and it'll come up. And this is fresh news. I mean, at 4 p.m. on the 25th, that was Thursday. This is really fresh. So very interesting. So let's jump into the analysis here of our support, resistance, and 50-day moving average. So the 50-day moving average is 102. I'm just going to round this down. $1.02. Anything below that is bearish. Anything above that is bullish. So the bulls certainly want to break through a resistance above that, and that would be up here at 106. So that is important to keep in mind. But let's talk about support and let's talk about the resistance level before getting to any of these numbers. So our support is 95 cents. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows and new support levels. And the lowest point reached in the last couple of days of the trading week was down here at 92 cents. So if 95 cents gets broken through, 92 cents is our next point of reference. We need to watch if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or will the bears tear this one down fairly fast. Now our resistance level is 102. Now it's different to the 50-day moving average by the hundreds and thousands place, but at the end of the day, 102 needs to be broken through, turn into a support so that the bulls can push upwards to then reach the highest resistance level here of 106 to reach newer highs and new resistance levels going into bullish territory. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end because I have information you won't want to miss. So for everyone that has made it to this point in the video, what I want to share with you guys and what video I don't want you guys to overlook. I know I talked about the stock market crash or correction video that I posted about almost a week ago. And I'm thankful for all of you guys that went ahead and took the time to check it out, the one down here. But today I posted another one going into more depth about why the stock market is down, how it could possibly continue going in this direction, and if we're really in a stock market crash or correction. Hopefully we're in a correction and not a crash, because a crash takes longer to hit the bottom and it takes even longer to leave the bottom and come back up to a recovery. A correction is a healthy pullback that can continue to push and propel the market forward. Now, the one thing I do share with you guys here is how the Fed changed things up and what the Fed is doing moving forward. And what the Fed does will have a big impact on the market. I also share a link to one of the articles that I talk about in the video that you definitely want to check out. So jump on into this video if you have a chance. I posted it 2 hours ago. I don't want any single investor and viewer to overlook it. Now, over here, I have my Twitter, and I've posted some things here. But what I do want you guys to be aware of these tweets is that I'm just going to start sharing information and thoughts on here to probably motivate or even inspire investors and have, a perspective that they may not have had before. So if you want to join me on in at Twitter, you definitely can. And if you want to know what stocks I'm watching live, the Patreon link is here as well. You can go ahead and join me there, and you'll see what ticker symbols I'm watching. And there's no better time than to be able to add ticker symbols to your watch list, be aware of them, do your due diligence on them while the stock market is pulling back. Again, I hope we're not in a crash and we're in a correction, but you can join me on over at the Patreon. The link will be down below. So this is one of the posts that I posted not too long ago, and I want every single investor to understand this, because I think that sometimes we as investors, and I did this a lot as a new learning and first time investor, jumping into ticker symbols I don't understand. I was just looking at the price. I was looking at the possibility of how much it can run up. I would look at the chart and I would say, wow, this stock was once $100 and right now it's going for $3, without knowing in my mind at all that there was this thing that, what the heck is this? We can have sex or, oh my gosh, what is going on here? What is happening? What the heck, man? This is crazy. Anyways, guys, ignore that. I cannot believe that even is popping up here. So, what is happening? That's the section, what is happening? Literally, that's what I'm asking myself. But, back to what I was trying to say. I can't believe I just lost focus. I was jumping into stocks that had reverse splits. And I was thinking, $3 to $100. That's it. That's all it takes. No, it wasn't like that. It had reverse splits. It was never even worth $100 at one point. It was actually worth less than that, maybe $10, because the reverse split was 10 for every one or something like that. Who knows? And that $3, yeah, it looks like it can go up to 100, but it's really 30 cents for any investor that was in it before the reverse split, which is what happens. But anyways, 2 ways to know you are in a stock you understand. You believe in the company's mission and outlook, okay? That's the most important thing. You need to believe in the companies you're in. You plan on holding for more than just a day or even a month. If you're a day trader or you're a scalper or you're a swing trader, then maybe you know what you're doing and what your goal is. But when you're really looking for stocks that you want to understand rather than technicals and like jumping in and out, you want to make sure you're going to hold for more than a day, more than a month, and possibly even a year if you really feel the conviction or understand the company. So the goal is to find companies you understand. One thing I want every single investor to be aware of, especially new investors, you want to build a portfolio first before you start day trading and scalping. Unless you get lucky, you do options, you do a few day trades, and it's going well for you, then that's a very small percentage of investors, because at some point you always get burnt out. It's happened to me before in my learning experiences all the way to where I'm at now. You want to have a solid portfolio before you try those things. That's just something that I've learned from my experience. Others people could have a different experience, and I respect it. But I look forward to seeing your thoughts on that if you've experienced that before. That you got in, you started day trading, options trading, and everything was going well, and then you got burnt. I would love to see your guys' experiences if you want to share that down below. So here we are with another tweet I posted today. And the only place everyone runs from when it's on sale is the stock market. Isn't that something? And right now, it looks like we're in a correction. Hopefully we are. We're not in a crash so far. It could turn into a crash. And crashes take longer to hit the bottom. They take longer to come back up. But the one thing that it's looking like right now, and so far every article that I'm reading, it's saying that we're possibly in a correction. And a correction could be healthy. Okay? That's what it's saying out there right now. The Fed is not trying to raise interest rates. So that's another thing that might not allow things to completely crash. We'll have to see moving forward. But so far right now, it looks like we're in a correction and not a crash. So one thing that I find interesting is when stocks are falling, everyone runs instead of focusing on in and saying, okay, why are they falling? Could it be temporary? And what stock is looking like it's on sale? Because I've seen the potential of the stock. Let me go ahead and take a shot at it, because this is the time to watch it. This is the time to do a due diligence. This is the time to do research, so that once you understand the company and you feel comfortable about it, you can make a rational decision as an investor. This is the time to dig deep and understand the companies and the stocks, because there's no sense of missing out or fear of missing out on any stock, because the stocks are falling. There's nothing running up. This is the time to dig deep so that you can prepare and be aware to then make rational decisions in the market as things continue to play out. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.